Well, welcome to the Kristi Jones Show, where it's all about living your life to the fullest. I'm a life coach, speaker, and business owner in multifamily real estate, and I've had wild success in multifamily housing for over 25 years now. I am so passionate about helping others merge their success and lead a fulfilling life, and I bring it all together right here on this podcast. So join me and let's get started to live your life to the fullest. Well, hey, my friend, welcome back to the podcast. Happy New Year to you. This is the first episode to start off 2025. Really excited you're here. And let's just jump right into it because this is something that you're going to be able to put to use in your life, in your business, ASAP. And it's really this reminder, I feel like, that we all need from time to time. So whether you're already crushing it, or if you feel like you're kind of stumbling along right now in life and business, this is an episode that you want to listen to and share it with a friend. So I'm going to talk about the power of three letters, the power of NOW, the power of now. And I'm talking about that in reference to building the life that you want to have, that you want to experience. And it starts with now. A lot of times people know where they want to go. They have an idea of what they want to create, whether it's in your life or in your business. But it's that whole process of getting there of where we stumble along. Sometimes it gets a little messy. And then sometimes no progress is ever made because it feels freaking overwhelming because you just don't know where to start. I want to teach you a framework that I have on NOW, how you can apply that in your own life and in your business to help you along so that you get the results that you want to get. All right, so let's just jump right into it. Also, as always, on my website, if you scroll to the bottom of the homepage, there's always a clickable link to each episode where there's a blog post, and there's a lot more material there. Some things that, maybe I didn't include in the podcast because time is of essence. So you always want to go there for maybe some additional information, a different spin on the conversation, and some clickable links as well. So if I have a download, if it's not in the show notes, it definitely will be on the website. Okay, so note that kristijones.org, that's where you can go and get more on each weekly episode. All right, so on now, NOW. Here's what I want you to remember. Next step, ongoing action, wow results. Those are the three things in the power of now, of doing it now. So what happens a lot is that we feel, and I have totally struggled with this throughout my life, where there's something that you want to do or create or make progress in, but you feel really overwhelmed or like it just seems like a lot. And you kind of get going and you feel like you can make some gains and some, stride moving forward, but then you kind of stall out. And I want to give you these three steps that you can really put into play so that you don't get to that stalled out place. So let's talk about it. All right. So the next step, these three words, just remember these three words, okay? Or these three letters, NOW. Next step, ongoing action, wow results. That's what we're going for. That's what we're going for. So it all starts with the first thing, the next step. You got to identify what the next step is. I think a lot of times when we're working towards something, it seems like you get overwhelmed because you're looking at all the things that have to happen between A and Z. And your brain just gets already starts foreseeing problems that may not even come up, right? They may not even exist, but our brain starts going there. So I want to simplify that for you. And I want you to think about what can you do right now? What is the next step? We don't have to know the next 10 steps. We need to know what the next step is. We need to know just what the next step is. I want a little example of when I really realized this and really kind of put this into play on when I took on a big undertaking is when I was 32, and it's when I stepped out to start my first business, Alliance Management Group. I was the solopreneur. Okay, it was just me, myself, and I starting out, and I had never started a business like that on my own. I mean, yeah, technically my first business, I was 15, and my bestie in school, in high school, we started a cleaning business. We were the business, and it was it was like I would say my first run at having a business, and it's really comical when I look back on it because I thought we really thought we had it going on, you know. We were and this is coming from someone that never cleaned her room, didn't have chores around the house. My mom made our life so easy and so great in that respect because I never did my laundry. I never cleaned the house. We just got to be kids. And so, for whatever reason, I thought, I don't know why I'm sharing the story other than it just is really comical because that was actually my first business at 15. I thought that we would start a cleaning business, to which I had no experience in cleaning. And it went great until we got sick and tired of doing it. So I think we did that for maybe 9 months. So that was my first run at business. My second run at business was at 32 when I started Alliance Management Group. And when I talk about the theory and understanding the importance of the next step is when I got started, I would, I didn't really know. I didn't know what I didn't know, right? So I didn't know all the things that were ahead of me. I didn't realize sometimes all the challenges that would be coming up 6 months, 7 months, 8 months down the road because I hadn't walked that path before. So what I focused on was the next best step. And yes, there's some things that you know to do, obviously. Um, I remember knowing to set up my bank accounts, filing my LLC, having my immediate plan of action, developing a business plan. But I'm talking about like the day-to-day things that come up in running a business. I didn't foresee or know what all of those things were going to be. So I focused on my next best steps. So I didn't have to feel like I had to solve any and all problems that might come up in the next 12 months, that I focused on what I had in front of me at the time and what is the next step. So the takeaway from that, my friend, is quit trying to figure all the crap out. All right. Trying to you're making like a mountain out of a molehill. Okay. So quit trying to have the master plan, foresee all the situations, have everything figured out. I want you to focus on just the next step. You're going to you're going to be able to take a breath. Your shoulders are going to drop a little bit, and you're going to quit putting so much pressure on yourself to have it all figured out. So we're going to focus on the next step. It really is about taking that feeling of overwhelm away and being able to create some action. It can be even as simple as your next step might be responding to an email that's been sitting in your inbox that you just haven't replied to yet. It's just one step. So reply to the email. Quit putting it off. Just hit reply. Here's the reason sometimes, since we're talking about email, let's say in your business that you've got some emails that you need to reply to. And sometimes what hangs people up is they want to craft the perfect response. Okay. I need to have all this stuff together before I draft a response. That perfectionism and trying to have it all glossy and perfect, that really can hold you back from making progress. So send the reply, get back to that person, do what is necessary, but stop putting it off. Like you don't have to have the perfect like spreadsheet to send back. Maybe you just you don't have the spreadsheet all fancy and pretty like you like it to shoot over to them in this email. Get something back if it's relevant. Send it back, like respond, get back to that person. Quit, the delay, the time. It's like that's hanging out in the back of your mind when it's something that you can literally do in like 30 seconds. Draft a response, send the email, get back to the people, clear out that inbox. That is like, sometimes that's just like bogs down our brain. Okay. So clean that thing out, hit reply on the emails that you need to reply to, quit striving for perfectionism in that, and just take the next step. All right. And so that's the N. The O is ongoing action. So we got next step, and then we got ongoing action. Really taking full advantage of that power of NOW, the power of now is ongoing action. I say this all the time. It's not what we know, it's what we do with what we know. Because think about it. So many smart individuals in the world that have the inability or the fear or they're stuck or whatever to take action. To take action, that's where things happen. That's how you get results, is you have to take action. So ongoing action. So put that in your brain. Ongoing action. It's about creating ongoing action. This isn't a one and done concept. Okay. One and done. That's not it. It's about building momentum. That's what ongoing action is. Once you take that first step, it's so much easier to get moving. So much easier. For instance, if you need to start saving, the first time you do that and you take some money and you poke it away, it's a little bit easier the next time, the next week, the next paycheck, the next month. So it's just like energy creates more energy. Well, action creates more action. And a lot of times we feel, I find that there's that stuck feeling. And when you're stuck, there's no action going on. There's zero action going on. We want ongoing action. Also, that fear of that perfectionism can show up here because they're like, well, what if it's not the right action? Okay, well, what if it's not? Guess what? Then you can go, that didn't work, or that didn't deliver the result I was wanting. Then you get to choose again, and you can do a different action. You can go in a different direction. So it's not the end all to end of the world, right? It's just you locking yourself up in this, like every action, every move I make has to be absolutely perfect. And that's just not the case. As you start taking ongoing action, number one, it just gets easier. And pretty soon you can't stand to be stuck and stagnant. It drives you crazy. So ongoing action is going to just build that momentum for yourself. So you got to really commit to that. Consistency. It goes back to consistency. Ongoing action, same as consistency. Being consistent, that's how you move the needle in anything, whether it's, your health and your fitness, getting in shape, your business, growing your bank account, whatever. It's consistency. So ongoing action. Third thing, that W is wow results. You want to get the wow results. You do. You want the wow results. You're not doing the things you're doing to have like blah results. You're not. You want the wow results in your life and in your business. That's why you do the things that you do, because you want the wow. Whatever that is for you, like you want that wow result. And this is the payoff. This is the payoff of doing things now. This is the payoff. When you consistently take these actions, you get the wow result. It's like saving money doesn't seem like much at first. And then, a couple years down the road, you look up, you get the wow result, right? You get the payoff of that. You get to reap the rewards of what you've been doing, of your habits. This now concept is a habit that you really have to embrace in your life if you want to build the life that you truly desire. So it seems, maybe doesn't, you don't have that wow result at first. Just, okay, let's take the whole getting in shape, working out, whatever it is you're wanting to like create for your body. At first, you're like, I'm taking action, I'm doing the thing, but I'm not like, wow, I don't have my wow result yet. Well, be patient. Be patient. Over time, with consistent action, one day you're going to look up and you're going to be like amazed and going, okay. See, then you're getting some feedback. Once you get a little bit of feedback, that's like more fuel for the fire. So just don't give up on the things that you're taking that ongoing action. Just stay consistent. You will get that wow result. You will get it. It takes that consistency. So let me back up a little bit and let me talk just a tad on this now concept and how I came to talk about this. This is building a new habit of now, building this new habit of now. You want to do the next step. You want to have ongoing action because you want the wow results. This is a habit that you're wanting to create in your life if you want to build the life that you truly desire. And this habit matters because, like I said when we started, procrastination is not going to get you the results that you're wanting in your life. You're going to have missed opportunities if you don't embrace the now. Your mind is going to feel so cluttered and overwhelmed and just bogged down if you can't put this into practice, put this habit into play in your life of the now, the habit of now. This is something that's really going to have a profound effect on the results in your life, how you feel going through your life. It's going to have such a huge effect. So embrace this now. Tackle this right now. So here's some of the ripple effect of when you're doing it now. Small actions make all the difference. In business, I want to say, with this concept that I'm teaching you, this is about staying proactive, and your responsiveness builds your credibility. In life, in general, having this habit of now is really going to keep you from that accumulating all that unnecessary burden in your brain that you're lugging around day in and day out of all these things that you're just letting bog down your brain, that you know that you need to take action on some things, but now you're just overwhelmed. So you're going to go to bed and deal with it tomorrow. Guess what? It's going to be there tomorrow. So the sooner we can learn to put this habit into play in our life, you're just going to feel so much better. So much better. You're going to feel so much better in your life, in your business, in your coming and going. I want to share a quote with you from, he's a writer and a motivational speaker. He has a site called The Daily Motivator. And he has a quote. His name's Ralph Marston. What you do today can improve all of your tomorrows. What you do today can improve all of your tomorrows. That is so true. Okay, so think about this. The tomorrows that you're wanting to create for your life, it's what you do today that's creating those tomorrows. And a lot of time, this is something that happens. People will sit and look and or wish that what they wish their life would be like, what they wish their business would grow into, what they wish their just their personal life, what they feel like that would be. They have all these things, and then maybe they know other people. They're seeing, friends or family or others, and they're like, man, that I would really that I would like to be able to, you know, experience some of that in my own life. Not that you want their life. I'm just saying sometimes we see things that we learn that we're like, "Oh, I think I would like to incorporate that. I would like to have some of that in my life," right? And then you go about doing it the way that aligns with you and your values and all of that. But when we see that, we don't sometimes take the time to acknowledge that that person has been doing XYZ, a habit, now for a very long time. So if you're like chapter 2 of your life, 12, 13, chapter 20, and you are looking at someone that's been applying this habit, this way of living in their life and they're on like chapter 42 or something. I mean, realize it's that way because they've been taking consistent action for a long time. So don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged when you've done something for a week, a month, a year, 2 years, and it's not panning out with the wow result that you wanted. I mean, do you see what I'm saying? So you can't look at where you're at now and then compare it to something or someone else that has been applying the next step, has been applying the ongoing action, has been getting the wow results, but they've been doing that for a long time. So what you need to be doing is just reflecting and looking at yourself, asking yourself, what is my next step? What is the action that I can take right now? What is the next action, that ongoing action? And then what are the results that I'm hoping for? And then staying the course, and you will get your wow result. You will get your wow result. Procrastination and perfectionism, I do want to note, those two are so linked together. So if you struggle with that, no, if you're like always procrastinating and delaying some of your actions, it is a fear of perfectionism. It's a fear that it's not going to be good enough, it's not going to be just right. And you have to get started and you just improve along the way. Okay? You improve along the way. If we waited to start something until we were ready and everything was perfect, nothing would ever get started. Ever. I mean, example for myself, I'll share, maybe you can apply this to your own life. When I think I mentioned earlier about, starting a business at 32 and in Alliance Management Group, which was in multifamily housing, and realizing that everything wasn't perfect to get that started, but I figured things out along the way. You know enough to do what you need to do to take action right now. And you have to know that when you're expecting every single thing for you to feel 100% ready or perfect for the job that you want to apply for. Like you got to just do it. You got to do it scared. And the more you're willing to step out in life and do things that feel uncomfortable, that feel a little scary, that you don't really feel like, I'm ready for this. If you are able to go ahead and put yourself in that situation, my friend, let me tell you, you are going to get the wow results in your life. While others are going to be sitting around waiting for the perfect time, waiting for themselves or the situations to be perfect, you're going to be taking ongoing action. And it might be messy action sometimes. It doesn't matter. It's still action. We're learning from it. We're moving. We're making progress. If you want the wow results, you can't sit back in that whole procrastination stage. Stagnation, opposite of taking action. If you are feeling stuck in any area right now, it is because you are unable to take action. You are feeling like stuck. You got that whole analysis paralysis. You ever had that? Where we just start overthinking things so much that we just do nothing, right? That's what perfectionism breeds, is that right there. Perfectionism loves it when you're an analyzer, loves it because it knows that you're just going to sit there and keep analyzing and keep analyzing and keep analyzing. And you can't take action when you're stuck there, okay? So let me give you let's talk about some practical applications for this process of the habit and the power of NOW. Let me give you a few takeaways on that. Daily life. All right, let's just start there. And I've been doing this. So I'm a now person when it comes to business related things. Pretty easy. That comes really solid for me. Um, Ironically, what's weird are just simple daily life things I will procrastinate on. And I like laundry. I've talked about this in another podcast. I'm horrible at it. I hate it. It's like I will wait until there's so much to do that now I have to do it. It's comical. So examples for daily life, I have been implementing this now process and habit to where I'm looking at something as simple as my makeup counter, right? The other day, I was like, we're getting this under control. All right. Had, four different lip glosses. I've got two lip glosses here on my desk. Always need lip gloss. Um, my makeup brushes. It was a whole thing. I still have my toiletry kit with my like all my makeup that I travel with. Anyways, my hair products, it's all there. And I'm like, I'm not going to put it up because I'm just going to use it tomorrow. Well, it's been driving my brain crazy when I look at it because it's so messy. And I've said, you know what? I feel like it's so overwhelming because I'm like, oh, and then my makeup counter, and then I know I want to clean out my closet. And then I start sitting and thinking about all these things. I'm like, I have clothes I need to throw away in my closet, the shoes, I need to go through the shoes and my makeup counter. I mean, see, analysis paralysis. I'm going down the rabbit hole. And so then I'm like, oh my, and so by the time I'm done, I'm like, oh my God, that's going to take me like 4 days. 24 hours around the clock. And I mean, nobody really loves to clean out. Well, maybe some people do love to clean out their closet. I don't love it because it just seems overwhelming. So I start that whole process, right, in my mind. And this is just daily life crap, you guys. So then I said, no, 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 stop. Monkey brain, stop. And I said, right now, we're just going to take a few minutes 5 minutes. I gave myself 5 minutes. I said, we're just going to handle this little makeup counter right here. And I went boom, 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 put everything where it needed to go. Had a few things that I threw away because I'm like, why do I have this? I don't know. I guess I just like looking at it because the bottle's almost empty. Threw that away. And I tidied up and immediately felt better. Next step, ongoing action. Wow result, I felt better. and my counter looked better. So that was a few days ago. Since then, I have it built momentum. It was weird. I mean, I was just like, then the next day I'm in my closet and I'm like, got a trash bag. And I thought, I've got some things I could donate that I haven't worn in quite a while. And I need to be getting rid of these things. And I just handled one section. I looked at it again, gave myself a little bit of time, and I just made some quick decisions. Didn't overthink it. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing I know, I have a bag full. Well, some was trash, some was to donate. But my point is, I made a lot of progress. Felt good. So I'm applying that to simple things in my daily life because that's the area that I can get off is that right there. Is just like my closet, my makeup, my bookcase. I purged my office yesterday, totally cleaned my office, went through the files. That was a longer process, but I had to do that. It was like my brain was just feeling overwhelmed in my office with things that I needed to organize, close out for the year, get ready for the new year, and so forth. So that's just an example in daily life, and also in business for the whole office thing. I talked about another way that you could apply this practically, this now concept is the emails, client emails. Quit trying to over prepare the perfect response. Respond, be you, answer the question, ask questions. Like, quit trying to have the perfect reply. I think people appreciate that. Be authentically you, be you, and respond to your clients' emails or to the people on your team. If there's people on your team that have reached out to you, get back to them, give them the information, have dialogue, pick up the phone, call them, whatever it may be, but quit putting it off. When you do these small tasks right away, your mental bandwidth just boom, automatically gets bigger. So put this into play for yourself. The consistent now actions is what creates momentum and leads to progressive results. It leads to that just significant progress over time. You're going to have wow results, but you've got to have this consistent now actions. So I want you to start small. If something's popped up in your head on this, on really embracing this new habit of now, of doing it now, I mean, what can you do now that you keep putting off? Why are you putting it off? Do it now. Do it now. Set a 2-minute rule. If it can be done, and I've been doing that to myself over this holiday break, I've been walking by something. I'm like, if this can be done in 2 minutes or less, it's done. And I've been doing it. And I've gotten so much done with that. Other than like, I'll do it tomorrow or it's fine for now. 2 minutes or less, do it now. And then I would like you to also plan and prioritize. And this is maybe on stuff that's going to take a little more than 2 minutes. Use tools like apps in your phone, creating your list. There's scheduling apps that you can utilize that you probably already have on your phone. Just use your calendar. If you want to just use pen and paper and you're a day planner kind of person, do that. But you've got to plan and prioritize and put those now tasks, try to move those to the first part of your day. We have more success managing our time in that first part of the day. And then another thing to make this, practical take home for you, how to apply this is I want you to stop and like totally throw out the thought of I'll do it later. I'll do it later. So start asking yourself, if not now, when am I going to do it? If I'm not going to do this now, when? So if it's not now, then when can I put it on my schedule? When grab your phone and be like, okay, if I can't do it now, let me look. Open your phone, open your calendar, and decide when can I do it? Put it on there. Get it on your schedule. Get it on your schedule. I think it's on like Sundays. I do a lot of on communications with on my socials and with other people and email and stuff like that on planning your week. And big on moving our body throughout the week. Make prioritizing your workouts, your fitness, your exercise. Like, it's better for your brain. It's better for your body. You're just going to feel a lot better. But I always tell them to get that on your schedule now. Like, don't wait until Monday afternoon to plan Tuesday. Go ahead and map it out. Where are you going to get that in for yourself this week? So you're making that a priority, getting it on your schedule. And then for accountability, share your goals with a friend. If you have a mentor, share it with them. If you have a coach, you definitely need to be working with your coach on this. You want to reinforce this habit. You know, if you have a coworker at work and you guys are like constantly trying to like, you know, rise up and improve each other and you're on that same path together, do this together. Like, it's so great to have someone else to like, you know, help you be accountable, talk about it, be like, you know, talk about like, I'm struggling on this. I need to get back on the wagon. You know, I didn't take action on any of my things yesterday. So it's really, really great to do that and to have someone, a mentor, a coach, a friend, a coworker that you can like talk to about this and do it together. It's a little more fun. So I want to close with a quote that I want to share with you by Mark Twain, and that is, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started." Mark Twain said it, super simple. If we can't remember that, I mean, seriously, right? It doesn't get any more plain English than that. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. So if you're not starting, if you're not taking action, if you're not taking that next step, how are you going to get ahead? How are you going to get the wow results in your life if you aren't applying this like really simple secret of getting ahead is getting started? Get ahead, get started. Period. So we can do this. We can totally do this. It comes down to choosing and making that choice. So the next step, the ongoing action, the wow results, that is the power of the habit of now. I've given you ways how you can apply that in your life, some practical things of how you can apply that right now in your life to get that going. And I really encourage you to like embrace it, take it on full steam ahead. Because if you want to build the life that you really desire, you need to be focusing on right now. You can't be focusing on 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. You need to focus on right now. What you do right now creates your tomorrow. What you do right now is going to create your next year. It's going to create your year 2, 5 years from now. That's what creates it, is what you do and how you are showing up right this very minute. So focus in on that. Take this habit, take what I've shared with you, bring it into your own world, put it into play for yourself, and I'd love to hear your results. You can reach out to me on my social, Flourish with Kristi on Instagram. My email's down below in the show notes. Just drop me an email. If you're not part of my email community, you need to be. Go down into the show notes and there is a link for you to join. And so you get all the latest and the greatest that I send out to my community about once a week, sometimes twice a week, but definitely once a week. All right, you guys, let's go. Let's start this year off with the habit of now. Until next week, have a fabulous week, and I will see you soon. I want to thank you for tuning in today to the podcast, and I hope you've enjoyed the conversation and all the info that's been shared today. And I hope you've come away with a few ideas on how to make the most out of it for your life. If you loved this episode, be sure to share it with your friends and family. And also make sure you subscribe to the podcast and tap that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Also, it would mean the absolute world to me if you would leave a podcast review. So until next time, my friend, keep flourishing and thriving and live your life to the